Hey guys, welcome back to Crazy Dave's Kitchen. Alright, so my wife and I just got back from the Orange County Fair. That's a local fair that we have every year near us. And she fell in love with these amazing pineapple snacks, okay? This is like a piece of pineapple here. And basically what they did is they took Kool Aid and pineapple, and I guess they kind of marinated it, and she fell in love with it. So I said, hey, you know what? I think I can make this at home. So we're gonna do that today. Alright guys, so of course, you're gonna have to start off with some Kool Aid, okay? That's definitely the key ingredient there. What I did is I'm gonna do 4 tablespoons. I put that into my Vitamix off to the side. They say, add a little bit of water to it. I'm not gonna water. I'm actually gonna add some pineapple juice. So I got 3 8-ounce cans of this because I am gonna go ahead and do 4 tablespoons of Kool Aid with these 3 cans of pineapple juice. I'm gonna mix it up really, really good. Then we're gonna go ahead and take the cut up pineapple and put it into a container. If you don't have cut out pineapple, go ahead and get a whole pineapple and cut it yourself, but this was convenient and available at the store. I just got done mixing this stuff up into my Vitamix. Okay, that's the pineapple Kool Aid mix. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and grab the pineapple slices here, and we're gonna start putting it in there. Now if they're big and chunky, that's good, that's great, that's what you want. Go ahead and just grab them and set them into your container. Okay, look at that, that's a big, that's a huge chunk. Awesome. Okay, and remember, you want more like what they call spears or big chunks. So in my opinion, it's better to use a fresh pineapple versus trying to buy the ones that are already canned or what they call pineapple chunks. Just get the fresh one, put it in your container. We want to make sure it's kind of coated. So if by chance when you're done putting your pineapples in your container and you notice that they're not completely covered, then go ahead and kind of redo your mix again, because you want the Kool Aid to be covering your pineapple. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and redo the Kool Aid, double it up again. This is what I ended up doing. So remember, the first batch we did with the Kool Aid and the pineapple juice. The second batch, I just did it with the straight up Kool Aid with the instructions that's listed on this little container. And basically those instructions are really simple. It says go with 2 tablespoons of the powdered with 1.5 cups of water. Remember, I doubled it up. So I did 2 tablespoons of the powdered with 3 cups of water. And that's what we ended up with, this mix right here. So here's the, kind of the instructions on the big jar of Kool Aid. I'm not sure if you can see that, okay? But I did get a big jar of Kool Aid because hopefully we'll make a lot of this stuff. Okay, so you'll see it's still pretty much there. It's not quite all the way, but I think that it's pretty settled. Let's put that in there. Now, they're saying to marinate this overnight, so I'm assuming about 24 hours. And we're gonna go ahead and come back and see what that looks like. All right, guys, so here is the finished product of my container. Now, I do have a large container. I ended up making the recipe about 4 times. Remember, one of the time I substituted, or I did the actual full recipe with the water, but look how full that is. And then what I did is I tasted the Kool Aid because I wanted it to taste exactly like the fair, and I noticed that it was missing the sugar. So I ended up adding 4 tablespoons of sugar to this mixture. Now this is perfect. All right, guys, well, there you go, okay? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put the lid on this container. They recommend putting it in the refrigerator between 3 to 24 hours. I think the longer, the better. That way there it really marinates. And heck, if you got more than 24 hours, go for it. But I have a feeling these are kind of gonna disappear by then. All right, guys, I'll see you hopefully in about 24 hours so I can show you the finished product on this. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button. I'll see you soon. All right, it's been well over 24 hours since we made those Kool Aid spears. Now, let's take a look at this. Let's open this container up and see what the results are. All right, so I broke the seals right here. Let's go ahead and lift this up. Take a look. Nice and bubbly. I can definitely see the color on that. Let me go ahead and get a fork here. You can definitely see that the pineapple took on the Kool Aid most definitely. Look at that. Wow, that is definitely a Kool Aid pineapple there. All right, guys, well, there you go. That's the result of it. I'm sure it tastes wonderful on that. I just can't get a piece of it. But yeah, look at that. I mean, that is definitely Kool Aid color right there. All right, man. Well, now it's up to you guys to make your own. But I'm also thinking for the next video, I might have to try the pineapple chunks in this and then freeze dry them. That's right, guys. Just like I said, I might have to freeze dry these babies because TikTok has the Kool Aid pineapple, but they don't have Crazy Dave style Kool Aid pineapple freeze dry. All right, well, stay tuned for that. Hit that like, subscribe button so you get notified when I post that video, and I'll see you guys next time.